Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, my name is Jada and I'm a Nigerian living in the Philippines presently. So I film on lifestyle vlogs, and of recent my Filipino viewers have been asking me questions about being in the Philippines so far. Right now I'm filming my lifestyle and then I'm sharing my experience in the Philippines. Actually, when I started, I said I was going to be sharing my experience so far in the Philippines and then just taking you guys along my daily activities and stuffs. So I think I've gotten to that point where I share my experience because I've gotten like a lot of Filipino viewers and they've been asking me questions, and this is me sharing them. So today in this video, you guys, I'm going to be sharing my first impression about the Philippines. Okay, before I came to the Philippines, I never really knew that there was a country called Philippines, or I didn't think about it. Seriously, I never knew until I started like trying to like gain admission outside the country and all. So that's when the Philippines came to my mind. I have people here in the Philippines, but I don't know, it's just that it was just one of those countries that you don't think about, you get, even though you have people there. It was just one of those countries you don't think about. So I used to watch like a lot of Filipino movies then. I watched Be Careful With My Heart, Mara and Clara, Her Mother's Daughter. I watched a lot of Filipino movies, but then I never knew that it was like Philippine movies. I feel like I think we call them Filipino. Yeah, when you like, I'm watching a Filipino movie, but then I didn't know that it was from the Philippines. So it was when I now started like making research and then getting in touch with people I had in the Philippines to come over here. That's when it crossed my mind that, oh, all those movies I watched, and then from my research, that's when I knew that okay, they are all from the Philippines. So my first impression about the Philippines, okay, I felt like they were like Nigeria. Reason because when I came, I got scammed of $10. I know it's not much, but really I got scammed of $10. That I used it to, when I got there at the airport, I bought a SIM card for $10. When literally a lot of people told me that okay, they got their SIM card like for free. When they arrived, they got their SIM card for free. But then me, I was like, okay, why did you guys ask me for $10? And why did I have to pay $10 for a SIM card that is so cheap and they give to people for free? Okay, right now buying a SIM card is just like 40 pesos or how much. It's extremely cheap. So thinking about it, I'm like, why did you guys scam me of $10? So that was like my first impression when I got here. Then the second impression was that okay, Philippines is like a Christian country. Yeah, because when I arrived, I saw some write-ups about Bible verses, and I was like, wow, okay, it's a Christian country. And then from the movies we watched, they'll usually go to the church, you see them in the church and all that. So I was like, oh, it's a Christian country. But then right now I stand to be corrected. Philippines is a Christian country, but there are different type of Christians here. You hear them say there's the born again Christian, there's the Catholic Christian, there's this, there's that. So yeah, there are a lot of there are actually different Christians here in the Philippines. But then I know that okay, they literally go to church a lot. Yeah, they really go to church. So my third impression about the Philippines, Filipinos are not so crazy about respect. Okay, because when I first came, I would see somebody. Okay, I think like my first encounter with a Filipino was when I moved to my city. That's where I'll be schooling, because I was in Manila with my sister at first, but then I had to come down to Pangasinan to school here. So my first, actually when I was in Manila, I didn't really like engage with a lot of Filipinos because I was mostly at home and stuff. So when I first came here to where I'm schooling presently, that's when I like met different Filipinos. So my landlord, yeah, I don't have my apartment then. I would see him and then I'll be like, good afternoon sir, good afternoon sir, because in Nigeria it's good afternoon that we do, like we greet. But then the man was like, no, don't be too formal, you can just tell me hi, hello. I was like, wow, like this man he's literally like my grandfather, seriously. I can't even call him my father because he's literally like my grandpa, because when it like he was so nice, and he was like, you can just call me hi, just very simple. And he was like, he was gisting with me, like, this is like I said, he's like my grandpa. He was gisting with me. He was telling me about his family, his wife, he lost his wife, telling me about his children, his grandkids, so many things. Like, this man was literally interacting with me. And this is something that, okay, in Nigeria, I don't think like those older people would want to have that kind of conversation with you. Some would have that conversation, but not a lot will have that kind of conversation with you. A lot of them will feel like, oh, they're older than you, so we shouldn't be talking or having this kind of conversation. So my thoughts, I don't know, I've lost counts. Another impression here was that Filipinos are friendly. Yeah, like how I just related with the owner of my apartment then. That man was really nice. Like, when I came, before I got my gas stove, before I got to find a lot of places, the market, this man was literally helping me. When I first came to the Philippines, I couldn't eat, yeah, because I was alone, and I don't know, I think I was still homesick. So for like 2 weeks I didn't have appetite, and this man would always come and say, he calls me beautiful Jada then. Yeah, you're like, beautiful Jada, have you had breakfast? Have you eaten? I'll be like, no, I don't have appetite and all. This man literally took care of me. He will go out. I think I was the first foreigner to stay in his house, yeah, in his apartment. So he will go out, buy me bread, buy me a lot of things. To the extent that he got like a tricycle driver that would always come and pick me up, yeah, and take me to the mall, to the market, because I wasn't used to everywhere. Like, the man would always come and pick me when I was going to school. I could remember one day I was going to school, I took a longer route, and then the next morning he saw me taking that side, and he was like, no, don't go through that side, just wait here, the tricycles will pass by every morning to pick you up. I was like, this man was really nice and friendly. Like, he was so good to me, honestly. Then another impression about the Philippines is that they're racist. Yeah, not literally all that, because they talk to foreigners, but what I mean by the racist is that, okay, when they see you, they are closing their nose, and I'm like, why are you guys doing this? Am I smelling? But then I know that, okay, there are some foreigners that smell and all, but then they just generalize the whole thing that once you see a black person, like, you just say foreigner, that person smells, and then you tend to close your nose. But really, I didn't find that funny. But then now with COVID, everyone is putting on face masks, so you can't close your nose for me again. So, okay, another impression was that the Philippines were so hot. Yeah, the Philippines was so hot when I came here. Like, as at the time I came, the weather in Nigeria was a bit cold, yeah. So when I came to the Philippines, I was like, why is it so hot? I could remember like sometime in March, April, would go to school, and then the sun was extremely hot. You guys, you could feel the heat under your shoes when you're walking. I'm not exaggerating. Like, this, it was so hot, like extremely hot, yeah. That's, I had to get used to using umbrellas and all that. Like, the Philippines is so hot, like it's hotter than Nigeria, yeah, I'm going to say that. So another impression is that Filipinos love singing. Yeah, Filipinos love singing. Like, you go to different karaoke bars and then you hear Filipinos singing, nah, nah. I don't know how to sing their songs actually. So you go to different karaoke bars and Filipinos are singing. They are not shy to sing. Sometimes when they see you, they ask you, do you know how to sing? Can you do this? Let's go out, let's sing. You guys, like they say, it's more fun in the Philippines. Seriously, it's fun. No, okay, that's what they say, it's more fun in the Philippines, but seriously, me being here without my family, it's not fun for me. It's not fun because I'm literally at home every day. I have no place to go. Anyways, this is me just sharing my experience so far in the Philippines. If you enjoyed this video, do well to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, because I have a lot of viewers that are not subscribed. Like, majority of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. I just have like little people that are subscribed to my channel that watch me. So what did I do? Please subscribe, thumbs up this video for me, and see you in my next video. Bye.